Hey guys, what's up? You wanna know how to do this effect? It's super easy, I show it to you.
Okay, I prepared some clips for you guys. On the first clip, we're going to place the text behind her. First, duplicate your clip by holding Alt on Windows or Option on Mac. Select the new Object Mask tool in Premiere and highlight her in the program monitor. Then, go to the Effect controls and track the mask through the entire clip so we can isolate her. The new Object Mask tool automatically detects and tracks a subject in your footage, so you don't have to draw and animate masks manually. Drag the unassigned mask down to the opacity section, and now she's isolated from the background. Next, select the text tool and create a new text layer. In this example, I'll use the text Desert Walk. Place the text layer between the masked clip and the original clip, and you'll see that the text appears behind her. In the Properties panel, you can now edit the text. First, choose a good font in this example. We'll use Avenir, which looks very clean and modern. Adjust the size so it's not too big, and play with the tracking to add more space between each letter. This spacing gives the text a more cinematic feel. This really depends on your personal preference. Next, move the text to the center of the frame. In the Align and Transform section, you can fine-tune the size until it fits her and the scene perfectly. Whenever you adjust the settings, make sure to realign the text so it stays centered. Of course, this also depends on where your subject is positioned in the frame. Now go to the beginning of the clip and make a cut every other frame using the C key. On each cut, we'll change the font to create this dynamic effect. Jump 2 frames forward, make a cut, and repeat this as long as you want the text animation to last. You can control the speed of the effect simply by adjusting how many cuts you create. Once you're done, jump back to the beginning of the clip and select the second text layer, since we already edited the first one. Go to the Properties panel again and change the font. In the description, I've added 10 fonts that I used in this video. Just make sure to check the rights and licenses before using them. Always adjust the size and tracking so each font matches the same position and scale as the first one. Try to keep everything consistent. At the end, make sure to align them properly so the animation looks clean and professional. You can jump back to the first text layer and check if the size matches. If not, adjust the settings until everything lines up properly. In this example, you could even change the font style to better match the overall look. Align the text, and in this example, we're good to go. Now select the third text layer and repeat the same steps as before. Change the font, adjust the size, and align it properly at the end. As mentioned, check the description for the fonts I used. I'll speed this part up for you, and of course, feel free to drop any questions in the comments. While I'm speeding this up, just focus on matching the size and position. Once you're done, delete the remaining parts of the text layers. Now, copy the text layers and paste them behind the others. Then trim or delete the overlapping parts so everything matches the length of our masked clip. As you can see, this effect already looks very dope with the different fonts. You can always check if something needs adjustment, but in this example, it looks just fine. In the description, you can also download a free Super8 film burn overlay. Just place it between the text animation and the second clip, right on the brightest part, so we get a smooth and easy transition. This transition looks super cinematic and gives the whole edit a really professional vibe. When you see the brightest part of the film burn between the clips, go to the effect controls and set the blend mode to screen so your footage becomes visible. Now let's check how it looks. It looks very dope. Now let me show you how you can combine this effect with a few more effects. Since this is really eye-catching, when you stack effects the right way, the whole edit feels even more dynamic and professional. Create an adjustment layer and drag it onto your timeline, then make it about 9 frames long. We're going to add a nice shake to enhance the effect. Download my essential pack and drag a shake onto the layer. You can also find a tutorial in the description if you want to create your own shakes. Open the essential pack and drag and drop the shake effect onto the adjustment layer. As you can see, it immediately brings more energy to the clip. You can also move it slightly to adjust the timing and make the shake hit a bit earlier. Let's preview it and see how it looks now. Looks very dope. For the small clips you see next, create an adjustment layer with 3 frames and add a simple flash effect from the essential pack. These short flashes work so well because they emphasize cuts, add impact, and make the edit feel faster and more dynamic without overwhelming the viewer. Now hold the Option key on Mac or Alt on Windows to duplicate the flash and place it on the other cuts. What we can do now is duplicate the last clip. Then click on the new Object Mask tool again and mask out the lady. In the effect controls, track her so she's properly isolated. Then copy a text layer from the beginning and paste it between the original clip and the masked clip. Next, we extend the text layer so it has the same length like our clips. If you can't see the text, make sure the mask is placed under opacity so the subject is properly cut out and the text appears behind her. Now select the text layer and adjust the size in the Properties panel so it matches your clip. After every change, make sure to realign the text in Align and Transform to keep everything centered and clean. It already looks good, but since we have this nice Super 8 film burn overlay, which you can download in the description, we can also use it here to pimp the effect and make it more eye-catching for our viewers. Paste a part between our second text clip. Now select the text layer and make a simple scale animation with the keyframes on scale. If you have any questions, drop a comment below and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.